I had a feeling I'd get pulled over in the Baja Bug, but I had no idea it would happen so soon. Have you ever been pulled over by a police side-by-side before? Well, guess what? I have.
All right, here you go.
Right.
Also, Arizona statute is if you live here longer than 10 days, you need to register and get an Arizona license and register.
I don't live here, sir.
Just saying.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Enjoy your day.
All right. So
Question.
So I'd like to get out of the car and just make sure my lights are off because I have the headlights on too. I just didn't want to jump out of the car while you're back there. I know. Well, those were nice guys. I was breaking the law apparently. Can't have the lights on when you're driving down the road, but now I know. So let me rewind a little bit and get back to the beginning of the story. The entire stop started from this. This is my new auxbeam lighting system. Auxbeam is a new sponsor of the channel, and they have completely outfitted this Baja Bug with their full RGB LED setup, headlights, RGB whips, an RGB light bar. We spent all day long getting all my turn signals working, front and back, getting the headlights working, and putting in all of this really cool RGB auxbeam equipment. This was my first real ride in the Baja Bug since I put all the auxbeam equipment on it. My whole goal was to get to here. This is Buses by the Bridge in Lake Havasu City, and it's a huge Volkswagen bus meetup. Unfortunately, when I got there on Saturday and Sunday, it pretty much rained the whole time, and it was a bit of a bust. I put all the stuff on from auxbeam, and I had the whips lit up when I was driving down the road. I wasn't sure if it was legal or not. I had a feeling that it wasn't legal, but I found out the hard way that it absolutely is not legal, and you cannot drive down the road with the whips on. That is totally my fault, and I was completely guilty. But this is just some video of the buses loading out of the event. It was really cool to see hundreds of buses in Havasu City. I just thought I would run up there for the weekend and check out some cool buses and hang out. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have the Bug completely set up with all of my cameras like I usually do. It's a new car, and I just wasn't quite ready. So the footage that you saw at the beginning of the video, that is, in fact, the only video that I have of the police interaction when I got pulled over in Quartzsite. I was heading north out of Quartzsite, heading up to Lake Havasu City, and that was, unfortunately, the only video that I got of the whole encounter. It's very unlike me to not have video, but I got a little bit. The police officers were very nice, and I had a whole conversation on the side of the road with them about the legality of the lights and also what it's like to record the police officers. Now, I've never been pulled over by a side-by-side before. When I came up on these cops, they were actually in front of me, and then when they saw me in the rearview mirror, they pulled over to the side of the road and then jumped back on right behind me and turned on their red and blue flashing lights. I've never been pulled over by a side-by-side before, so I didn't know what was going on. I wasn't sure if they were police officers or not, so I kept going for quite a ways. I'd say at least 2, 3, maybe 4 miles I kept going, and the police officers asked me why I didn't stop when they got in behind me, and I said, I'm just not accustomed to being pulled over by an off-road vehicle. I guess that's the way they do it in Quartzsite. It makes a lot of sense because there's so much off-road area, but it was new to me, and the Bug is loud, so at one point I hit the clutch and let the motor idle for a second, and then I heard their sirens, and I thought, okay, these are police officers. I'm not going to lose these guys. I need to pull over to the side of the road. So that's pretty much what you saw, was me interacting with the cops after that. So for those of you that don't know, this is the Hondabug. It's got a K24 Honda VTEC motor in it, and I went from 40 horsepower up to 200 horsepower. This is my newest Toad that I tow behind the bread truck, and it is my off-road adventure rig, and I'm building it into a micro camper. Inside there's a fridge, there's lithium power, 250 watts of solar panel on the roof. All of the light system is run by the EcoFlow Delta 2. It is my favorite power station. The The Hondabug is really turning into something amazing, and everybody loves it everywhere I go. At Schoolypalooza, hundreds of people took videos and photos of the bug and posted it all over social media. This is going to be my micro mini camper. It's got a bed platform inside. Soon it will have a diesel heater. I'm going to be doing some really backwoods, off-grid camping in really cold temperatures. I'm going to be setting this up completely so that it's comfortable for me to live in for short periods of time. Unfortunately, my bread truck Instagram, I got locked out of it a few months back, and I am completely unable to recover it. I had two-factor authentication turned on. I lost the data on my phone. It completely locked me out of my Instagram for Bread Trucker. So now I have a new Instagram. It is Hondabug. Follow me at Hondabug for new Bread Trucker adventures. Unfortunately, the Bread Trucker Instagram account is dead. I just wanted to show you a quick little preview of what it looks like when the bread truck is all hooked up to the Hondabug and I'm in tow mode. The bug has this amazing Honda K24 motor sitting out back. It is a 2.4 liter, 197 horsepower, 4-cylinder. It's got an ECU, and I don't have to worry about carburetor adjustments in any of my travels. I can go up to the top of a mountain one day, be down at sea level the next day, and it's not going to mess with the carburetor adjustments at all because this doesn't have one. This is all fuel injected and run by an ECU, so all of those worries are a thing of the past. I just love this new motor in the Hondabug. It is amazing. It's so crazy to drive this car with this much power. I do need to upgrade a lot of other things on the car now. Brakes, suspension, safety inside, the seats, seat belts. There's a lot of things that need to be done on it. But this is a pretty new car to me. I've had it for about 8 months or so. And I've only had it running for about 3 or 4 months, something like that. But let me tell you, I freaking love it. It's such an amazing upgrade to get rid of the air-cooled Volkswagen engine and upgrade it with this modern Honda 4-cylinder. These motors are known to run for 200,000 miles, no problem, and way beyond that sometimes. I love Volkswagen air-cooled motors. They are super cool, and they're just different. With my kind of lifestyle and the way I travel, the air-cooled Volkswagen motors, they require adjustment based on elevation. Volkswagens are great when you tune them into where you live and you stay at the same elevation pretty much its entire life. If you move to a new place, you may have to change the jets out, adjust to the new elevation. Most people aren't traveling up and down mountains every day like I do sometimes in the bread truck with the Honda Bug behind it. I'm doing a lot of upgrades on the Bug. I actually don't even have the same solar panels on it anymore. I've upgraded to a 250 watt Santan solar panel, massive power upgrade, and it keeps the EcoFlow Delta 2 charged, and I can charge my battery in the car. I can get myself out of a lot of situations. What you're seeing in this shot here is the Hondabug is connected to the bread truck with the tow bar. On the trailer hitch, I have a coupler that allows me to carry this bike rack so that I can have the two e-bikes on the trailer hitch and tow the Bug all at the same time. A Volkswagen tow bar is very simple. It takes me about 20 seconds to take off and about a minute to put on. So it's really convenient to have this tow bar. All I got to do is hook it up really quickly and I'm on my way. It's really an awesome setup for a tow vehicle. In all of my travels, I've always dreamt about having a tow vehicle and some other kinds of vehicles so that I can get around and I can leave the bread truck and not have the bread truck as my only source of transportation. And now I have it. I have the Aerial Rider X52. I have the Velotric Nomad. Those are the two e-bikes. And now I have the Hondabug. So I have lots of flexibility and capability to explore all of these really cool places that I go to, rather than just on foot. I'm really loving this new setup. Me and Ellie love using the e-bikes. We go on rides constantly, and it's a really fun way to explore and see the places that we travel to. The bread truck is doing better than ever. The bread truck is freaking amazing. It is so reliable now. All of the mechanical issues have been fixed with it, and I get in, I turn the key, it starts right up every time, and it is a rock solid, reliable van life rig. The bread truck is pretty much complete. I don't know if there's any other things that I can do to it to improve it anymore. The bread truck is just doing awesome. I freaking love it. With the purchase of our new property up near Williams, Arizona, we're going to be changing things up quite a lot. The bread truck has been listed for sale, and it's time to move on to a new owner. And I love building things. Honestly, I'm ready to build something new, and I'm looking for a shorty school bus. I can't wait for the bread truck to find a new owner and a new bread trucker to take the wheel. It has been an awesome van life rig for me. This is the first thing I ever traveled in, the first thing I've ever built, and it turned out so marvelous. I love every bit about it. I have had it for 5 years now, and I'm ready to move on to something new and primarily invest into our homestead and start building a tiny house cabin, building our gardens, greenhouses, water catchment, solar farm, and all of those support equipment things to make the homestead provide for us in the future. Thank you for checking out the Hondabug. Follow us on Instagram at Hondabug. You will see more new adventures coming from us on this YouTube channel. The YouTube channel's staying the same, and there may be a Hondabug YouTube channel in the future, but for now, stick with me here on this platform, and I will continue posting videos. You can see everything that we do right here on the Barger YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you real soon, right down the road.